I actually believe that you're hearing this message for a reason. You see, if your manifestations are not happening right now, or things are manifesting, but something feels off in your life, or you're able to manifest some things, but not everything, and life is not going the way that you expect it to, or the way that you want it to, chances are you are possessed. Now, hear me out. When I say this, I'm not saying this like drastically to get your attention, be like, oh my gosh, I'm possessed. No, actually, the possession that you're probably thinking of right now is not what I'm talking about entirely. What I'm talking about here is, let's take the word possession. Let's go back to first principles. When we say the word possession, what does that mean? You can look this up on Google right now. But when we say the word possession, it simply means to have control over something. Now, let me ask you a question. Your mind, do you have full control over it? Yes or no? Now, if you say yes, I know that if you're watching this, probably you will want to say yes. But the reality is not quite. Think about this. When you're driving on the motorway, okay, if you drive, or you're driving home, are you always 100% there? Are you always 100% present? Are you always there 100% making every turn? Or do you find that sometimes, or maybe more often times, your consciousness is clicking out? Like you're thinking about something else, and you ever had that? You're driving somewhere, then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're at the place that you was driving to, whether it be home or work, and you're a bit like, whoa, how did I get here so fast? The consciousness of you wasn't in control that whole time. So my question is, who was? Who was in control? Who was possessing the vehicle in that moment? Well, you might say your subconscious, your unconscious. This is getting closer to the truth now. Think about this. Let me ask you this. Are you in control of what you say? Are you? Are you actually in control of what you say? You may want to say yes, but you ever had moments where maybe you're at work, or maybe you're with your friends, or maybe you're with friends that you haven't seen in years, some old friends, and you say stuff that you don't even really believe anymore, or you say stuff that you don't really even normally speak like anymore, but you find yourself saying it because it's almost like you're going back into this old energy, or you're going back into this energy that you used to be. You ever had that? It could be with old friends, it could even be with friends that you have now, it could be with family members, it could be with anybody. You say something and it's a bit like, whoa, why did I say that? Or whoa, why was I so jokey? Or whoa, why was I so serious? Or whoa, why did you ever had that? Well, see, this is the reality. We think that we are in control of what we're saying, what we're thinking, our mind, our vocal cords, even our body. You know, a big identifier, I used to train a lot of people in speaker training. As soon as they go on stage or somewhere that invokes more nerves, you'll start to see these unconscious things come through. Like maybe they're speaking, but then they start scratching themselves very often because they're a bit nervous. Or maybe they start standing on foot to foot, or maybe they start swaying, or maybe they start walking across the stage. All of these things, they have no clue that they're doing, but signal some nervousness, signal something else. This is all unconscious. So what I'm speaking about here is, the reality is you think that you want something in life, or you actually do want something. But the reality is there's another part of you that has been, if you want to say conditioned, or if you want to say possessed, controlled, to the point where you can think that you want something. But when the reality comes to you either saying something, doing something, feeling something, being something, the energy behind it is different. Let me give you the quickest example before I go into the solutions on how you can unpossess yourself or depossess yourself, or allow you, the you watching this, who knows what they want or feels like there is more for them in life, what that person actually came here to manifest, came here to live. So the last thing that I want to say before I get into the 3 points is, spoiler alert, there's 3 points coming up. So to put it simply, it's like this. You know, I assume if you're watching this video, you meditate or do some manifestation ritual or do different things to enhance your manifestation powers. But let's just take, even for example, a manifestation meditation. You can be for example, in the morning, meditating on your manifestation, feeling the energy behind it, channeling the universe, feeling amazing, knowing that everything's going to work out, knowing that you are abundant, knowing that you have the love of your life, knowing that you have the best relationship, whatever you want to manifest. After that 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 20 minute, 30 minute, whatever many minute it is, after those minutes, you open your eyes and you go about into your day. For majority of people, and you think about this for you, is this for you, where after those 20 minutes, let's say for example, of meditating or manifesting, when you go back into your reality and you carry on about your day, is it the case when you carry that energy all the way throughout the day? Probably not. Usually it's within 1 minute, boom, you're back into the unconscious, you're back into the lack of presence, to the point where the energy that you was feeling in that meditation felt amazing. Whether you have that manifestation yet or not, but that is the energy that you need to embody. And you know this is why you're doing different manifestation techniques. But the problem is, for the other 23 hours and 40 minutes in the day when you're not doing that, what is your energy? Your energy is possessed not by the version of you that you want to be or the version of you that you need to be to attain that version of you that you want to be. You are possessed by the old version of you, by the conditioned version of you. Conditioned not just being mind, but even conditioned energy. In the day when you drive to work, how have you conditioned yourself to feel? Are you thinking in future, worrying about different things? Or are you grounded in the present moment, feeling that same feeling you was feeling in the manifestation meditation? When you're at work, if somebody speaks to you and says something to you that annoys you, are you embodying the feelings that you know in that manifestation meditation or whatever you're doing, that manifestation ritual, how you would feel there? Or are you embodying something where it's like this person pisses you off, or this person makes you feel a certain way, or this person unconsciously brings out certain characteristics where you say certain things or snap? Not just at work, but even at home. You got to think about this. And even, for example, if you have kids as well, how is it your unconscious energy, that energy when you're around your kids? You know what I mean? So this, around parents, this goes for everything. Most of the time, for 90% to 95% to 99% of the time, your energy is possessed by the old version of you. The version of you where your manifestations happen a different way than you want. So how can we do this where we don't allow that other version of us to come through, whether it's an old version of us, whether it's a traumatized version of us, or even something that we consciously know we wouldn't be acting like if we were actually in that dream life or that actual character of who we actually want to be. So the way that we can do this, the 3 ways that I want to share with you right now, one of them as well, the last one, I got from a Himalayan yogi, and this was very crucial for clearing energy, okay? But before we get into that one, the very first thing we can do, one day when I was connecting to my higher self and receiving different answers and different intuitive messages, one thing that I received was showing me that's so simple, that presence is the answer to all of your challenges. I don't mean the type of presence, think about it, listen. I don't mean the type of presence where you're, okay, I'm present, I see the trees over there, I'm in the moment, I'm feeling the air on my nostrils, I'm feeling what I'm touching now. That presence is beautiful, and that presence brings you out of worrying about the future or the past and all these different thoughts. What I'm talking about though is the type of presence when you are actually in your body. So right now, when you're watching this video, bring your presence, not from thinking about the words that I'm saying right now. Bring your presence, you can be hearing it, but bring your presence, not allowing it to go into different directions. Bring it right here, right now. You can start by, feeling, I feel like I'm holding the phone in my hand, or I feel like I've got the laptop on my lap, or I feel like, even though, disclaimer, don't put the laptop on your lap because of the frequencies, the heat energy. It's not the most optimal for it to be on your lap. So if it's on your lap right now, put a pillow underneath or do something else so it's not directly on your lap. Health tip 101. So you can do that, come into the moment, but bring your energy into how you're feeling, let's say in your heart. Are you feeling the energy that you feel, let's say at the end of a manifestation meditation? Or are you feeling something different? If you're feeling something different, you can change that right now. Feel that, and like right now what I'm doing is I'm triggering in my heart center to feel the energy of whatever I'm manifesting is already here. That energy where it just feels like, man, it's so cool that I've got this, or my life is so cool. Just feel that energy, feel that buzz. Can you do that right now? It might take a few seconds of breathing deeply. Bring your attention here. And just feeling that manifestation, whether it's a dream partner, whether it's abundance, whatever it is, feel what it would feel like to have that in this moment. And then drop that thing of what you're thinking about, the money, the partner, and just feel that feeling. What I want you to do is, for the duration of this video, hold that feeling. If you're not used to this, it will be easier said than done. But if you practice this here with me, this will become your reality. And think about it. Everybody says you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. This is what you are. This energy that you are feeling right now, and if you're not feeling it right now, pause the video, close your eyes, tap into that energy. Hold that energy throughout the duration of this video. Trust me, this will make a big difference. Presence is the answer. This type of presence where you're feeling this energy shifts your whole timeline, shifts your whole reality. How? Because your energetic frequency is something completely different now. So behind the scenes, not just what you're physically seeing, behind the scenes, different things are manifesting, different things are unfolding. That's one thing. Another situation in how presence assists is, think about it. If somebody who normally triggers you at work, at home, family, you know, that typical family member who you can think on your mind right now, who when they say something, it's just like, what the F? And it gets to you. If that person says something and you are possessed by the old version of you, the unconscious version of you, the way you will react will be very different to if you are in control. You have unpossessed yourself and you are in control of your body, your mind, your spirit, your energy. When that person says something, you can then laugh about it. You can then be like, oh, this is just them. You can then say something that is, you know that sometimes you can be in an argument with someone, then only after the argument you remember, oh, if I said that thing, it would have been so perfect. Like, it would have fit in right there. You know, that one of those things where you could just think that if I said that thing, it would have worked perfectly, it would have ended the argument. Now you can have access to that level of genius, that level of knowledge, that level of intuition in this moment, to the point where these things don't trigger you and doesn't change your energy. This happens in so many different ways, right? You bring this presence, this grounded presence of awareness into your heart center, awareness into your body. The way that you act, the way that you react or respond will be very different. The energy that you're carrying through your day will be very different. So the very simple way to do this is bring your awareness into this moment. Feel that energy in your heart center of whatever manifestations you are manifesting right now. Feel the energy as if you already have them. This is not rocket science. The main rocket science that I'm sharing here is how you can take that energy, not just in your meditations, not just in 20 minutes in the day, but throughout your whole day. Then you continue to remember anything you do. When you're washing the plates, you're feeling that feeling. When you are watching this video, you're feeling that feeling. When you are going about your day speaking to people, you're feeling that feeling. And now you might be thinking, but Josh, but how do you do this when you're watching TV? Or how do you do this when you're speaking to someone? Because this distracts you, no? True. But what you can do, a simple practice you can do is, even when I'm speaking right now, listen out for the pauses. In the pauses, allow that to be an anchor back into you. So you can hear what I'm saying, understand it. But as soon as the pauses come, boom, you're back. Boom, you're back. This is one very simple but effective way to bring that presence back, bring that energy back, to take control of you. The second thing that I wanted to share. So now we've got the presence. Now we've got that understanding or that feeling, that understanding of that energy, not just in 20 minutes in the day, but throughout the day. Now, the second thing is all to do with at night. When you are just before you go to bed, you can do your manifestation ritual, whatever you want to do. You can light your candles. I don't know your ritual, right? Me personally, I just sit down. I do some fascia maneuvers. I do some basically stretches for those of you who don't know fascia. But actually, you should know what fascia is, because this will directly impact your manifestation and intuition. If you're not sure about this, I will link a video at the end of this video where I basically discuss 3 toxic habits I quit to heal my nervous system. I cover it in there. So I do that. I also meditate. I also connect to my higher self and do different things as well. But basically settle the energy. One of the last things that you want to do at night is go back through your day and evaluate 2 things. What went well and to be improved. What went well in the sense of, what went well where I was able to actually carry that energy, that vibrational frequency throughout the day. When I was washing the dishes, I remembered. When I was speaking to my friend, I remembered. When I was at work, I remembered. Maybe, I'm not saying it was the easiest, but over time, this will become easier and easier and easier. In the sense of remembering it, and in the sense of actually doing it, and in the sense of actually feeling that feeling to the maximum you can. Because probably right now, you can feel the feeling, but it's not as amplified as in a meditation. Over time, it will become more and more amplified. Even now, I'll be honest with you. When I was just recording this video, up until a few minutes ago, I had forgotten that feeling. It was just when I said that first point, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even doing it myself. I just remembered it. So for everyone, it's not, if you're not like some Himalayan yogi in the top of some mountain somewhere, probably this will be a thing where it's constant learning. And I'll be honest with myself, it's constant learning for me, right? I'm not claiming to be perfect at this, doing this 100% throughout the day. But whenever I remember, I do it, because I know that when I do it, it affects my frequency on a whole different level. It affects everything. So that's that. Next thing is evaluate what went well. When were the moments that I was able to do it? Maybe you find that throughout your days, you're able to do it when you're by yourself. When you're by yourself, it's so easy. But when you speak to people, then you lose it. This will come into the to be improved. If every day you evaluate, this is the problem. Most people don't evaluate their days at the end of the day. And I'm not saying this to be super picky, but think about it. If you go a whole month and only really evaluate what went well in your month or what could be improved, like occasionally, maybe once or twice a month, versus you doing it every single day, you know how fast you will exponentially unpossess yourself and exponentially increase your vibrational frequency and exponentially receive the things that you want to manifest? Words don't even do it justice. So if you, at the end of the day, you evaluate what went well, to be improved. The to be improved, don't kick yourself for it. Just be like, okay, I noticed that whenever I'm speaking to people, I tend to lose it. Or whenever I'm driving the car, I tend to lose that presence. Or whenever I drive or do something else or play video games or watch Netflix, I tend to lose it. How can tomorrow I bring that into my what went well? You can just focus on one of these to be improved in the next day and just focus on that until eventually you improve it, whether it's the next day, whether it's the day after, or the day after. So that is the second thing. After you ground in that presence, realizing that this will transform your life, then evaluate at the end of your nights what went well, to be improved. Finally, the final point of this. This is what a technique that I received from a Himalayan yogi, was this is now to clear the energetic field. Because now what you've noticed, we're talking a bit about the spirit, okay, and bringing that grounding that energy into the physical. We're also talking about mentally evaluating what went well, to be improved, and then not only evaluating it, but embodying it the next day. The third thing now is what you can do. The Himalayan yogi that recommended this to me recommended that I did this for occasionally it was either a 7-day period, and sometimes it was even a 21-day period. I'm going to recommend you do this for 21 days. What it was at night, you put Himalayan pink salt. This is going to sound so esoteric, but trust me on this. Himalayan pink salt on your bed. When you wake up, when you get out of bed, you wake up, put it on throughout the whole day, leave it there. You can make your bed, but put it underneath. Then at night, you can take off the salt and go to bed. The reason why this is powerful is because if you do this for 7 days, 21 days, I'm recommending 21 days if it's your first time. The Himalayan pink salt is very cleansing. You can feel this. This is why people have salt lamps in their bedroom. So anyway, you do this, it will cleanse your energy field, especially throughout the day in that place and also at night. It will cleanse your bed, it will cleanse your energy. You'll notice a difference. All I will say is don't have any expectations, just do the practice and notice what you notice after 21 days. So this is where, if you notice on the 3 levels in this video, I've given you one for the mind, one to ground something into the body, that presence, and also the mind is the evaluation, and then also the final thing is for the energy, okay? You do those 3 things, you will depossess yourself to the point where you will start to bring that control back in your life. The energy will not be on the unconscious. You will have physical presence throughout your day and then be evaluating the things that went well and to be improved. Like I said, I'm going to link right now to a video that will help you to, basically what I recommend, 3 toxic habits I quit to heal my nervous system, because this will also help to regulate your nervous system so you're not constantly in fight or flight. Because if you're in fight or flight, this will make it where it's very tough to be present, very tough to be grounded in the moment. So make sure to check this video out. Other than that, if you got any value from this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this on your feed, hit subscribe if you're new here. Sending you much love, and I'll see you in the next one.